Quick question. Do you know how many financial decisions you make in a single day? From that morning coffee to scrolling through online shopping deals, the number might surprise you. But what's really fascinating is not just the number, but the why behind these choices. That's right, there's a whole world of psychological factors influencing every swipe, save, and spend. In today's video, titled The Psychology of Money, How Your Brain Affects Your Wallet, we're going to uncover the hidden forces driving your financial behaviors. We'll explore how cognitive biases, emotional spending, and even the way we mentally account for money can shape our financial health. Get ready to learn not just to manage your money better, but to understand the psychological tools that can make your wallet a whole lot wiser. Let's get started. 1. Understanding the mind-money connection. Have you ever wondered why you might splurge on something you don't necessarily need the moment you see it on sale? Or why saving for the future often seems harder than it logically should be? The field of behavioral finance helps us unpack these mysteries. Behavioral finance is a subfield of economics that bridges the gap between psychological theory and economic decision-making. It suggests that while we like to think of ourselves as rational beings, our decisions are frequently influenced by emotional and cognitive biases. This insight is crucial when examining everyday financial behaviors. Let's delve into how emotional triggers play a pivotal role in how we manage our finances. Emotional triggers are internal responses that can cause us to act impulsively. For example, the excitement of a sale might prompt us to buy something unnecessary, leveraging what's known as the fear of missing out, or FOMO. Conversely, the fear or stress associated with financial insecurity might prevent us from making potentially lucrative investments, leading us to favor safer but lower-yield savings accounts. Understanding these triggers can be incredibly empowering. It helps us identify when our spending is truly driven by need or whether it's a knee-jerk reaction to underlying emotions. Similarly, recognizing these patterns in our saving habits can lead us to develop strategies that counteract our less helpful instincts, like setting up automatic savings plans that bypass our immediate emotional responses and secure our long-term interests. By studying behavioral finance, we not only become better at managing our money, but we also gain insight into our psychological makeup, which influences every financial decision we make. 2. Cognitive biases that impact financial decisions. Cognitive biases are systematic patterns of deviation from norm or rationality in judgment, whereby inferences about other people and situations may be drawn in an illogical fashion. These biases affect various aspects of our lives, including financial decision-making. Understanding these biases can help us make more rational financial choices. Loss aversion. One of the most influential biases in financial behavior is loss aversion, which refers to people's tendency to prefer avoiding losses to acquiring equivalent gains. For instance, the pain of losing $100 is psychologically more impactful than the pleasure of gaining $100. In financial contexts, this bias can prevent investors from selling underperforming stocks due to the fear of realizing a loss. This often results in holding onto stocks that continue to plummet, causing greater losses in the long run. A study by Tversky and Kahneman, 1992, illustrates how investors are twice as sensitive to losses as they are to gains, significantly affecting investment strategies and portfolio management. Anchoring. This bias occurs when individuals rely too heavily on the first piece of information they receive, the anchor, when making decisions. In financial contexts, anchoring can affect everything from real estate pricing to stock market investments. For example, if a home is initially listed at $300,000, any subsequent price changes will be perceived in relation to the initial price, regardless of the true market value. This often leads to pricing errors based on an arbitrary initial value rather than current market conditions. Confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is the tendency to search for, interpret, favor, and recall information in a way that confirms one's pre-existing beliefs or hypotheses. In the realm of investing, this can lead to investors favoring information that supports their existing investment choices and ignoring information that contradicts them. For example, an investor might overvalue reports that predict positive outcomes for a stock they own while disregarding expert analyses that suggest the opposite. This bias can result in poor investment decisions based on incomplete information. real-life implications of these biases are profound. For instance, during the dot-com bubble, many investors continued to invest heavily in tech stocks despite numerous signs and expert warnings about overvaluation. Anchored by initial successes and driven by loss aversion and confirmation bias, many held their investments too long, leading to significant losses. Recognizing these biases is the first step in mitigating their effects. By understanding loss aversion, anchoring, and confirmation bias, individuals can develop strategies to counteract these irrational impulses, such as setting predetermined rules for selling stocks or seeking out contrary opinions before making investment decisions. This way, investors can make more balanced and informed financial decisions, leading to better outcomes in their financial lives. 3. The role of mental accounting. Mental accounting is a fascinating concept in behavioral finance where individuals categorize and treat money differently based on its source, intended use, or other subjective criteria. This cognitive process influences how we perceive and spend our money, often leading to irrational financial behaviors. The principle of mental accounting suggests that people might have multiple accounts in their minds, each with a different purpose or set of rules. This can lead to inconsistencies in spending behavior, as the value of money can appear to change depending on which mental account it resides in. Tax refunds versus regular earnings. Consider tax refunds. Many view these refunds as found money, a bonus of sorts. As a result, people are often more likely to spend this money frivolously compared to their regular earnings, which they might see as hard-earned and thus more valuable. This mental separation can prevent us from using such windfalls to boost our savings or pay off debt, which would perhaps be a more rational use of funds. Budgeting for different types of expenses. Mental accounting also affects how we budget for different types of expenses. For instance, someone might rigidly divide their income into separate accounts such as rent, groceries, and entertainment. Money designated for entertainment might be spent more freely, as it's categorized for fun expenses, whereas money set aside for groceries might be spent more cautiously. This segmentation, while useful for organizational purposes, can lead to suboptimal spending. For example, one might avoid buying necessary healthy food options perceived as too expensive while not hesitating to exhaust the entertainment budget on less significant purchases. Understanding and being aware of mental accounting can lead to better financial decisions. By recognizing that money has the same value regardless of its source or intended use, we can start to make choices that align more closely with our overall financial goals. This means treating tax refunds as carefully as regular income and considering the real value and utility of each expenditure, no matter which budget it comes from. 4. Emotional spending and how to control it. Emotional spending refers to making purchases driven by feelings rather than necessity, often used as a way to relieve stress, enhance a mood, or as a form of reward. While it can provide temporary satisfaction, this behavior can undermine financial stability and long-term goals if not managed properly. Recognizing emotional spending begins with observing patterns in your buying behavior. Signs include purchasing items impulsively after experiencing strong emotions, buying things not originally planned, or feeling regret after shopping. Emotional spending often occurs during periods of heightened stress, sadness, or even excessive excitement. Strategies to control emotional spending. Keeping a detailed record of purchases can help identify triggers of emotional spending. By documenting not only what you buy but also how you felt at the time of the purchase, you can begin to see patterns and understand the emotional context that leads to overspending. This awareness is the first step in changing these habits. Establishing clear, specific, and realistic financial goals is a powerful antidote to impulsive spending. Whether it's saving for a vacation, investing in retirement, or simply building an emergency fund, having defined objectives gives you a reason to think twice before making unnecessary expenditures. When you're about to make a purchase, ask yourself if this helps or hinders your progress towards your goals. One effective method to curb impulsive buys is to enforce a mandatory waiting period before purchasing non-essential items. For example, waiting 48 hours before buying something can help differentiate between a want and a need. This cooling-off period allows emotional impulses to settle, giving you time to consider if the purchase is necessary and if it aligns with your financial goals. Having a budget that includes a category for discretionary spending can provide a structured way to manage and monitor your spending. Allocate a reasonable amount for non-essential purchases, which allows for some flexibility without compromising overall financial health. By implementing these strategies, individuals can gain control over their spending behaviors, transforming their financial habits from impulsive and emotional to thoughtful and goal-oriented. This shift not only improves financial outcomes but also enhances emotional well-being, reducing the stress and guilt often associated with poor financial decisions. 5. Rewiring your brain for financial success. Achieving financial success often requires more than just understanding money. It involves rewiring your brain to foster positive financial habits and utilize effective psychological techniques. One of the simplest yet most effective ways to ensure you consistently save is to automate your savings and investment contributions. By setting up automatic transfers to savings accounts, investment portfolios, or retirement funds, you remove the temptation and mental effort required to decide to save. This method leverages the out-of-sight, out-of-mind principle, allowing you to build your wealth effortlessly and avoid the pitfall of spending money you intended to save. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to finances. Commit to a habit of learning about financial management, investment strategies, and economic principles. Regularly reading books, attending workshops, or even following reputable financial news sources can provide you with the tools and confidence to make informed decisions, reducing anxiety around financial matters and helping you avoid costly mistakes. Visualization is a potent tool in achieving any goal, including financial goals. Spend time regularly envisioning your financial successes, such as imagining the moment you become debt-free or achieve a significant savings milestone. This mental rehearsal can boost your motivation and commitment to your financial plans, making them feel more tangible and achievable. Gratitude can significantly alter your perspective on money and spending. By focusing on what you already have, rather than what you lack, you can cultivate contentment and resist impulsive purchases driven by feelings of scarcity or envy. Consider keeping a gratitude journal where you regularly record things you're thankful for, including financial wins no matter how small. Incorporating these practices into your daily life can not only improve your financial well-being, but also change the way you think about and interact with money. By rewiring your brain with these positive habits and psychological techniques, you set the foundation for long-term financial success and stability. Understanding these psychological underpinnings is crucial for making informed, beneficial financial choices that align with our long-term goals. Remember, mastering your finances starts with mastering your mind. If you found this insight helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss out on our future videos. Share your thoughts or experiences with psychological spending in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Let's continue to learn and grow our financial wisdom together.